Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Wednesday, June 22nd, 2022, 3 p.m., a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. We're having a time for change call tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern and cover the state of affairs of this country and the planet. We all can choose to become a master of our reality and show others how truly enlightening we are by being the change we wish to see in this world. Simply ground yourself in the reality you wish to soar in. We're all born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. All of us, each of us, are always manifesting something, whether we are conscious of it or not. Most are not conscious of it. We have manifested everything in our lives, from the shoes on our feet to the amount of money in our bank, to the quality of every relationship in our lives. The truth is, you cannot stop manifesting. None of us can. We are super powerful manifesting beings. So if we were to accept that we truly have this awesome power, what would we spend our time focusing on creating into this world? As we move through our day, notice if you are on automatic pilot or are you truly present to each moment of your life? Pay close attention to your mind. Is it truly here right now? Or if it is, still bouncing back into the past or future? Awareness is the grand master key to manifesting and training your mind to remain in the present moment. Awareness is the grand master key to manifesting and training your mind to remain in the present moment. You have the ability to be truly conscious in every moment. And as you dive consistently into the stream of pure consciousness, it naturally tends to grow and expand. When you have brought this light of consciousness into the darkest closets of your being, illuminated every tiny hidden aspect inside yourself, then you have reached a very significant level of enlightenment. Everything will manifest easily for you, and life will reward you greatly. Understand, when you have brought this light of consciousness into the darkest closets of your being, illuminating every tiny hidden aspect inside yourself, then you will have reached a very significant level of enlightenment. Everything will manifest easily for you, and life will reward you greatly. You'll see the most miraculous things naturally manifesting for you at your smallest will. The more you are relaxed into your essence, or the being that is here now, the easier it is to consciously choose what you manifest into your life. Choose to stop believing that you are a limited ego mind trapped in thoughts of yesterday and tomorrow. Simply be aware of the truth of who you are. Know that you are not just a limited body, mind, or any of the beliefs you have about it. Know that you are the cosmic, eternal consciousness that will never die, and you automatically increase your ability of what you wish to consciously create. And I emphasize consciously create. Living life from this perspective, it becomes insanely easy to create anything you want. When there is realization of who you truly are, there is no doubt or fear attached to who you think you are. You become this deeply peaceful being who is truly at home within your own body-mind and naturally become the living master of your life. The fastest way to become a conscious manifester is to daily visualize that what you want to manifest has already occurred in the physical world. And I don't mean fake it till you make it. I mean that you really visualize that what you want to manifest has already occurred in the physical world through the heart mind. Not the ego mind will trick you. But through the heart mind. It is important to feel it, see it, and believe it. Most of us don't do that. We think we do. But it is very important to feel it, see it, and believe it. Through the heart mind. Whether you are aware of it or not, you're always sending out a manifesting vibration. Everything's vibrational frequency. And this vibration goes into the universe that boomerangs back to you in some form. The more conscious you can become of what frequency you're sending out, the easier it will become to finally attune it to a higher vibration energy where you will naturally attract each desire you have with joy and ease. Be aware of the quality of energy. Are you putting into the desires you want to manifest? What quality of energy are you putting into the desires you want to manifest? Notice if you are focusing on having what you want from a place, this is important. Notice if you are focusing on having what you want from a place of hoping it will occur or really trusting it will actually show up. By creating awareness about your conscious, about how conscious you are about your intention, you bring more energy and power to it. It's best to start with knowing what the experience is that you most want to have when your greatest desire has manifested. From this place, there is no ambiguity about what you're about to receive when you arrive at your goal. Perhaps you are simply humming along in life, living in a somewhat comfortable existence, and you haven't yet thought about the kind of day you want to manifest today. Just stop and think about this. How would you like to feel at the end of today? What would you have liked to have accomplished? What kinds of interactions and conversations would you like to have had? When you practice being more conscious of who you are being right now, it's easier to steer your life towards the life you want to manifest. When you have clarity about what you want on your inner world, it acts like a blueprint that manifests itself into your outer world. When you are clear about what your heart really wants, you naturally create it. When you are clear about what your heart really wants, you naturally create it. It must find some way to flow into your life. This is the abundant, magical nature of this universe. When you are conscious and not clear on what you want, the universe tends to give you apricots when you wanted peaches. When you are unconscious and not clear on what you want, the universe tends to give you apricots instead when you want peaches. Manifesting becomes more hit or miss. It's a hit or miss science with a vague vision of your greatest desired outcome. It's not a bad thing. Yet you may just get a little of this and a little of that. This mind of yours is your super manifesting power tool. And it is always drilling its way through life, this life, and creating something. Why not redirect it to the most wonderful, positive thing? Whenever the mind wanders to the skeptical side of the tracks, simply observe the thought pattern and slowly back away. Whenever the mind wanders to the skeptical side of the tracks, and that's prevalent today, simply observe the thought pattern and slowly back away. If it continues to perpetually move down the same or similar negative path, you'll need to go deeper inside yourself to uproot its pattern. Start with investigating what positive outcome you really want to achieve by continuing down that old negative trail. Start with investigating what positive outcome you really want to achieve by continuing down that old negative trail. Perhaps it's a cry for support, a hug, fatherly advice, motherly love, or just getting anybody's attention. When you get that deeper need met on a daily basis, that reoccurring pattern will instantly discontinue. It'll vanish. When you are practicing being more conscious and clear about what your deepest intentions are for each day, you start being more aware of what thoughts are flowing through you in every moment. You stop allowing for negative, complaining thoughts to be vocalized, and you become laser focused on having only positive, creative thoughts about your intentions. With awareness, we can effortlessly step out of an old stream of negative thinking and rechannel our minds into an inspired flow of positivity. When we are super clear, we can also relax deeply into the feeling of what we want. This is like sending out an ultra-strong radio signal to the universe that is picked up and sent back to you in the form of your manifestation. As we constantly use our minds in a focused, concentrated way, we realize how deeply the universe is listening to us and constantly answering our requests in the form of a physical manifestation every day. Whatever it is that you deeply desire to manifest into your life, it can be yours with joy and effortless ease. So for an assignment, increase your level of consciousness every day this week by bringing your attention to what is conscious inside you right now. Increase your level of consciousness every day this week by bringing your attention to what is conscious inside you right now. Take 10 minutes every day to slow down and notice what is looking through your eyes, listening through your ears, and thinking about what it's seeing and hearing. This is an inward experience that will soon bring you into a calming sensation. Bring your awareness through your innermost feelings, thoughts, and ideas back to where is the source of these thoughts coming from. Always turn your awareness back into yourself, itself. Always turn your awareness back into itself. Like a mirror reflecting itself with another mirror. Bring your attention continuously into that which is simply aware. There is no better way to increase consciousness. When you practice this for days on end, your life will change in the most outrageous ways. You'll become present to this divine being that you are and that everyone is. Consciousness will grow inside you, and you will start becoming more loving, centered and free. There is a second stage to this assignment that will skyrocket your manifesting ability. As you go through your day, reboot your mind. How do you do this? Is to bring your awareness to noticing the type of experiences, interactions, and feelings that you are having. Every so often, ask yourself this powerful reboot question. What am I focusing on right now? What am I focusing on right now? You will be astounded at how this simple question can refocus your energy on what you want versus falling back into the pre-programmed thoughts that are keeping you stuck, unloved, wounded, and broke. When you find out what the mind is focusing on, simply ask the mind to return to focusing on what you most want to manifest into your world. This question will center you, ground you, and support your manifesting vibration. So imagine right now that you have a magic wand in your hand that will grant any wish you desire. You just waved this wand over your life, and all of your greatest desires have just manifested into your life. Everything you wanted is now yours. Yes, everything. You have your ideal house, income, body, relationships, love, and even world peace. How do you feel now that everything your heart desired has now manifested? Practice this exercise every morning, spending at least 10 minutes focusing on all the amazing things and situations you've manifested and how you feel. Imagine that your every desire is now a living part of your reality. Notice how you feel different inside now, that this desire is not something you have to go out and achieve or attain. Doing this enlightening exercise daily will increase your awareness and create an energetic blueprint for your entire day where your mind and body will automatically align with this vibration, resulting in the easy and effortless manifestation of your desire. So if you will, go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do, always the first thing, is relax these bodies we're in. Because we are not these bodies. No matter how the ego mind wants to try to convince you that you are the body, you are not. You are the God. You're the pure consciousness within the body. So you're not the character, the personality. You're not the status in this life. You're not your belongings. You're the God within the body. So when you look at the body that you're in, and you notice that the body is stressed, you notice that it's not at ease, that it's experiencing different upheavals, different types of things. So you focus on what? Your breath. You focus on the breath. Easy in, slowly through the nose. Easy out, slowly through the mouth. The breath is our power while we're in these bodies. It's our source of strength, calmness, ease. So when we focus on the breath, we move ourselves into the now. And how do we de-stress the body? By moving into the now. Because the body is like a super magnetic sponge. It will attract and store everything that you throw at it. emotional stress, dis-ease, disharmony, low vibrational frequencies, worry, stress, fear, anxiety, anger, hate, pain. But when you move into the now, what happens is that you leave the mind alone. You leave the ego mind alone. You don't interact. You don't mix in with it. The same. You don't do this. You don't do the same with the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind, it records everything. As soon as the God enters that baby body, it starts recording everything. Not only the things that you experience, but all the things around you. All the comments, all the statements, everything. And not only this life, but all life. And it stores it in your great hall. And another thing that's really interesting, it plays it back at times. So, there's a lot of projections or theories on, deja vu and, experiencing certain things. But in reality, the subconscious mind plays back something. You have a resonating frequency where you're doing something and you say to yourself, I've done this before. I know I have. And guess what? You have. It may have been in this lifetime or other lifetimes, but it comes in. So imagine how the body will feel when you step out of that and you focus on the now through your breath. For instance, we each put out over 60,000 thoughts every 24 hours without fail. And we send all those thoughts out to the universe. The majority are unconscious. We aren't aware. That's why we get these surprises in life. Not only that, we have tens of millions and billions of thoughts that fly by like clouds in the sky. But they're not really thoughts. They're programs. And 99.999% of them are not ours. So see, through the ego mind, when you're mixed in that, the subconscious mind, you're living that. Yesterday, tomorrow, yesterday. Constantly. It very rarely is anybody on this planet in the now for any length of period of time. So you eliminate that. You know that mind chatter that we all have? We all have it 24/7. It's gone in the now. And all of these thoughts that we put out are not there. And all of these thoughts that fly by like clouds in the sky are not there. You can see how the body will move into ease. And it drops all of these things that you either know or don't know you're dragging with you in this life. And you can feel the body relax, let go. And this only happens in the now. Because the ego mind, subconscious mind, does not exist in the now. And it knows it. And it will do everything it can to keep you out of the now. And this is when you focus on being gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times, and being in the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude, love, and peace. So you're focused on the now with your breath. And all of a sudden you find yourself floating off somewhere. It's not like you're saying, I'm going to float off somewhere. You just do. And it's not a biggie, because then you just bring yourself right in. I'll focus on my breath and I'll be in the now. Because, it's interesting. The now is all we have. We don't have tomorrow, and we don't have yesterday. But so many on this planet will incessantly live in yesterday or tomorrow. And that's why this civilization is experiencing and does experience so much pain and suffering. So you know this, say. So you know when you float off how to bring yourself into the now. Every single time. You might find yourself doing it dozens of times a day. Eventually, it's almost automatic. You identify the fact that you floated off, and you just very nicely and calmly focus on your breathing, and you'll be in the now. And you'd be surprised as you practice this. More often will you start reflecting of being in the now and staying in gratitude. No matter what the material physical world is pulling on you for. Now picture that we're all standing in front of three paths, right? You've got the path on the left, which is yesterday. You have the path on the right, which is tomorrow. You have the path in the center, which is the now. Now we look at these paths and we see that the trees have formed a golden canopy over each path. Branches, leaves, and the bark. And we notice that the path itself is a vibrant, brilliant, emerald green, flaming grass. It appears to be grass. There is one distinct difference in these paths. We notice that the one we're in front of looks brand new, very rarely used. And the one on the left, yesterday, is very used. And the one on the right, tomorrow, is very used. And we all know why. Because of the fact that it does not want us to be in the know. But we all reminisce. We all, at times we have thoughts, and nostalgia and memories and experiences that we've had. And sometimes they just are there. And that was a good time. I really enjoyed that. I wouldn't mind doing that again. Well, this time, that didn't work out too well. And we'll go into our great hall. Each of us have one. We go up steps, we open the door, turn on the light. And see, when you walk into a room, whether you know it or not, you immediately, in a flash, will look at the walls and ceiling. It's automatic. But when you walk into your great hall, you'll do that, but you won't see walls or ceilings because it's so vast. And you will go to shelves and drawers, and you will pick some movies and some books and some pictures. And you'll go sit in an easy chair, and you'll see this floating rectangular white screen. It's kind of just floating there. And you'll watch some of the movies, and you'll read some of the books. And you'll look at some of the pictures. Have a good old time. You'll think about things. We can use the Great Hall for different things. We can use it for our experiences that we've learned things. And it's some things that we've tried that didn't work that time. Then we say, well, I'm going to try a different way to see if that works. So sometimes we use it as a guide, a source, a library, right? But we don't stay there. We will put everything back in its proper place. We turn off the light, and we'll shut the door, and we'll move forward in life. And on occasion, we'll revisit. But some of us will stay there so darn long, unconsciously so, that we'll take that past, we'll bring it into a future that doesn't exist. We will create that future from that past. We will relive that past in that future. Why a lot of people will say no matter what we do, we always seem to end up here. Now, we all go into the future, the tomorrow path, right? The reason we do is because the ego mind, it pokes us and pushes us and pulls us. And you ever get that anxious? We all do. You're anxious, hurried. You get so frustrated that you want something to happen, right? None of us are exempt from that. And so we seek external authority. We seek out, people that are psychics, clairvoyants, tarot cards. There's a lot of different cards that can use in readings. Tea leaf readers, believe it or not. Palm readers, pendulum readers, crystal readers. There's all kinds. And so we'll ask some form of external authority. I want to know what's going to happen. I want to know when I'm going to have enough money to enjoy my life. Even though we're the ones that can create that. Isn't that amazing? We're the ones that can create that life that we desire. We just don't know it. So they'll give a reading, so to speak, some form of reading. And they'll tell you things. Like, in this period of time, this is what's going to happen for you, not to you. And these things are going to happen for you. Now, when everybody's kind of different how they perceive things. So there's some that will go, okay, and they won't really give it the time of day and even believe it, right? Then there's others that will look at it and say, this is wonderful. And they'll have that trust that they've built up in themselves and the trust in the universe that it will manifest. And they leave it alone. The other one will fixate on it. They'll write it in their calendar. They'll mark it, and they'll visit it every day, maybe 2, 3, 4 times a day. And they'll form attachments to the outcome of it. Where, when, how, so on and so forth. And expectations will grow that it won't happen for them. That's called pushes it away. But the one that acknowledges it, embraces it, understands it, has the deep trust in themselves and the universe, those are the ones that manifest. They manifest things. And so it will manifest for them. They aren't concerned about when, where, how, and why. They just know that it is already done and it's on its way. And they don't start doubting or fearing or wondering or worrying, which many do. Most do. So we have parts of ourselves, the gods that we are. If you were to look at a massive expanse of sacred space, right? And if you knew that every molecule, every atom, every quark, form, all of it was one, but each experiencing different things in different ways. Isn't that amazing? So if you can visualize that throughout all existence and beyond, consciousness and beyond, then you begin to understand that everything, all of us gods, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, are one. Each particle experiencing things in different ways. And we have this illusion because we're in these bodies, right? And we have a little amnesia. So if we're in these bodies, and we kind of think that we are the body, we don't know that. We don't know that the gods within us are one. So you imagine we focus on this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya. It's got many names. And we look at this planet as the gods that we are, and we say, we would like to transform this planet into a God planet paradise. and collectively. And our attention is focused on that. And that reaches out to all existence and beyond. You kind of get an idea when you say, well, a googolplex would fill this entire universe with not even 1 square inch of sacred space to spare. These are trillions of googolplexes, trillions of universes. And we're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one, and we're all God, and we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy isn't all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. And it continues to grow, expand, and intensify. Now, we immediately form a massive white fire circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth Gaia area. It emanates from the gods within these bodies that we are. The gods that we are. It's pure, deep, eternal love, the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies. And it's permeating, flooding, and saturating this planet, on it, in it, above it, and below it. There's no escape from it. It is literally everywhere. Now, all life, the highest supreme value in the universes, we begin to ascend above this planet as this white fire, massive circle of light. As we do, we come into full contact with this humongous, it's everywhere. It's an ocean of glitter. Now, the way we describe it is what we've experienced here on this planet. To come close to what it is. And we take like a grand finale fireworks display, laser light show display, and the ballroom globe that when you shine light on it, it floods the room. Except these are highly intensified, trillions of times, and we combine them into one massive crescendo, and one burst of magnificent, sparkling, glittering, nothing like you've seen here, light expands out into the universe. And this is near the description of the ocean of glitter. So we look at the reflective points, which are everywhere. And as we look into them, we notice these little tiny microscopic mirrors, perfectly etched. And we enter them and we discover that all of us are teaching and learning from each other, 24/7, infinity and beyond. We don't stop. But it doesn't mean that you're consciously aware of it. If you are immersed in the physical material world and you believe you're the body, then you'll miss it. But in the now, in the heart-mind, you'll notice these things. A tree teaches us, different varieties of trees. I mean, we've got so many physical forms, they're unending, many we have not ever seen. When you look at the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. While they're in physical form, and they have been, just like we are now, they're learning and teaching. Teaching and learning. We, all of us, are Buddhas, Maitreyas, Kuan Yins, Ganeshas. I mean, you could just go on and on and on. How can you not be when we're all one? It just means that you're not consciously aware of it. It's the same with the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. They're gods in bodies, just like us, gods in bodies. They teach us, we teach them. We learn from each other. All the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, and dark beneath earth. Same thing. The gods are in their bodies. All of the off-worlders, galactics, and celestials. Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Felines, Zeta Reticuli. Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco Reptilian, Golden Pyramid Avian. We're all gods in physical forms, all experiencing in different ways. Some similar, but not quite. A little bend and twist here and there. It's the same with the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur. Many others. What is life? Life is God, pure consciousness. And it's in everything. Everything. A rock, a tree, a bird, a bee, a bug, a cow, a horse, a dog, a cat. That's the God within the physical form. What do you think would happen if there was no pure consciousness, no God? It'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it? We're all inhabiting physical form to experience physical form. And there's so many available to us. You remember when you were a kid? I guarantee at least once you said, I wonder what it would be like to be that. I want to be a horse, or I want to be a cow, or I want to be that car, or I want to be that house. I want to be that. I want to know what it's like to be that. And you can do that by looking at something, focusing on your breath, being in the now, and you will know what it's like to be whatever it is you're focused on. For a brief moment, you'll know. So immediately, Matt, we create these columns of light, these fire lights, right? To remind us, the gods that we are in these bodies. Yeah, we had a little amnesia. It's nice to be reminded, isn't it? Jog the memory, so to speak. So we're met with Archangel Raphael. Raphael's carrying a emerald green, omnipotently powerful, healing firelight. Now, collectively, this is created to remind us all, the gods that we are in these bodies, that we are the power of healing these bodies. Then we have Archangel Michael. He's carrying a violet, blue, purple flaming light. And collectively, we created this to remind us, the gods that we are in these bodies, of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is a column of light that emanates from the gods that we are, the pure, deep, eternal love that each and every one of us are in these bodies. This is the highest of the highest high vibrational frequency. It encases us in pure, deep, eternal love. It is the most powerful armor ever known and beyond. And so as long as we maintain that high vibrational frequency, we aren't invaded, disturbed, disrupted, or harmed by lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. So no demon possession, attachments, and many other things. They can't sustain themselves in such a high vibrational frequency. They'll either vaporize or have to leave. So you're protected always. Yet, only you, only you, only you have the power. That if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency, consciously or unconsciously, low enough through hatred, anger, greed, revenge, envy, worry, stress, fear, hurriedness, you will lower your vibrational field low enough, your armor, you'll create a breach in it, and allowing all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. You do decide to do this, then we open ourselves up to demon possession, attachment, and all sorts of things. But if we do decide to do this, we have fail-safes. Why wouldn't we? Right? So we have this double column of light that we created. First part of the column is a purple transmuting flame. We created this part of the column so that it reminds us to bring in the purple transmuting flame, transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies in neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. Then we have the second part of the column of light that we created, the gods that we are in these bodies, the violet ray. This second part of the column of light reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor and restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest. Eternal love, gratitude, and peace. Then we're met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that all of us gods within these bodies created to remind us all that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the rain and the rainbow. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. The oceans, rivers, the lakes, the streams, the trees, the forests, the soils, the clouds in the sky, the animals. We are everything, and everything is us. Now, in the illusion of separation, through the head, through the ego mind, we look at sunsets and sunrises, or rainbows, or starlit night sky, and we say, oh, well, isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. And it is because it is you, all of in these bodies. Remember, there's no separation with the gods that we are. So in the heart mind, in the now, you would view that same sunset and say, that is the God that I am. Or that rainbow, that's the God that I am. It shifts, you shift energetically. And of course, it is not transmitted through the ego mind, it is transmitted through the heart mind. It's a deep understanding. This eliminates the veil and the illusion of separation. Now, we continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us who are carrying physical form decide to step outside the physical form, hover effortlessly above it. And we do this because we can, and it's a lot of fun. We come into full contact with this massive crystal light tower. The gods that we are within these bodies created this tower. It's larger than the solar system and beyond. In the center of the column, we notice this oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere, we see this golden white bowl of light. It, in turn, is surrounded by multicolored rings of light that seem to go to infinity and beyond. All of this creates a super bright white, misty cloud, sparkling, glittering, and reflecting. This is absorbed through our heart mind, and it feels like a warm embrace that never ends. We discover that the golden white bowl of light is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest. eternal love. Then comes gratitude, well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, prosperity, abundance, massive prosperity, massive abundance, tranquility, benevolence. And then we discover that all of this is a reflection of the gods that we are in these bodies. Now, at the top of this column, we designed it, the gods that we are, so that the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, saturating, permeating, and flooding this planet, on it, in it, above it, and below it. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. Infinity and beyond. It's nonstop. So what is the golden ocean? It is pure, deep, eternal love, the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies. It's permeating, it's flooding, and there's no end and there's no escape. It is everywhere. It continues to grow, intensify, and expand. We are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. The golden ocean is the drops of the golden ocean. The only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. We, the gods in these bodies, created this sphere over 4 years ago. It's moving towards 1,900 meditations in perpetual motion, growing, intensifying, and expanding. Every day, every single day, 7 days a week for over 4 years. That's massive. Hundreds of millions of off-world, on-world, in-between, focused on this planet. And it's complete liberation from the pure evil, souls who have been invaded with too much darkness, lower dark matter, 5-matter frequencies. No longer can stick to this plane, this vibrational plane, because it continues to increase. That's why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Continues to intensify, grow, and expand. Now you can literally watch, if you choose or when you choose, in the now, through the heart mind, in meditation. You just float and watch the transition, transcendence. And you see that the gods that we are in these bodies created this field in the environment, in the atmosphere, on the ground, above, and it's a shimmering golden white pink light. It is pure, deep, eternal love. And you can see it shimmer as you walk through it or float through it. And you'll notice that all of this black goop, AI robe black goop, pure evil black goop, lower dark matter, 5-matter frequency black goop, and everywhere you see it's all evaporating from the planet. So it's going through this field and disintegrating. Right? Now, we also have another fail-safe. We put this sky in, and it's like a containment, and it's a super bright white, golden pink light. And when you look at it, you can't see through it because it's so bright. Now, any of this goop that makes it through the field at all, even the smallest particle, is flashed, vanished. It looks like a big spark, and it's vanished. This is going on. This planet's going on right now. And it's highly intensified. And you can experience, you can watch this transpire. Anytime you choose. For today, devote the next 24 hours to being gentle with you in every possible way. Practice extreme gentleness with yourself. Be gentle with you means that every time you think a harsh negative thought about you, or a self-doubt, fear, or disbelief in yourself, that you tell yourself something kind in its place. You could say it's okay, you are loved, or something soothing. However you go about moving through you, through this day, move slowly, gently, inside and on the outside. This is the greatest energetic way of saying you love you and forgive yourself for all the times you were hard on you. I'll join you in the meditation.